Garten of Ban Ban. This is a game where if you clicked on this video, I'm going to assume you know what it is, so I'm not going to waste time explaining it. But today I'm going to explain why I think this is an actually really good game. But like, what really qualifies as a good game? Because that's subjective, right? So I asked a few of my friends, without telling them that it was about Garten of Ban Ban, what they think makes a good game. So here's what they said. Now granted, some of the answers, like this one, wasn't very helpful and just said, it's fun, I guess, is what makes a good game. So, let's say there's a fun factor. Here's another one where if it's fun and it gives you enjoyment, it's a good game. Here's one talking about the gameplay and the story, so we can add story and gameplay factor to this. Now this guy actually had a lot to say, so I'm going to try to summarize this as much as I can. But basically, he was talking about how he doesn't like Help Wanted 2 or Secret of the Mimic because most of it is scripted, and he likes it when games like Dark Deception or Benny the Ink Machine Chapter 3 where things can just randomly happen. So with this being said, I'm going to add uniqueness as a factor onto this. Wait. What's that sound?
Chad said to come here to eat, so where's my food?
Alright, I'm not gonna lie to you, there was originally gonna be a bigger part planned here, but I'm running out of time to get this video out, so I just had him voice act his message.
Chat said come here to eat, so where's the food? Anyways, personally for me, good devs, good community, good story, or entertaining gameplay. You can give me a good story, I don't need as good of gameplay, but if you give me good gameplay, I can live without a story.
With all of this, I think we can officially get up a guideline for what makes a game good. So number 1 I'd have to say is good gameplay. Number 2 I'd have to say it would be good story. Number 3 I'd have to say is uniqueness. Number 4, overall fun. Now, with this guideline in place, I'm going to go through each Ban Ban game and explain why I think it was good. So, going into Garten of Ban Ban 1, I will fully admit, if you compare this to something like Garten of Ban Ban 7, it's not that good. Now, I did still personally enjoy the first game, even with all of its flaws, but I understand why some people might not like the first one. Out of the list we made, I think the only thing I can think of that makes the first one not that great is the fact that its gameplay is really short, and also its story, it's not that fleshed out yet, but that comes with later chapters, so I can't fault too much there. Now, when it comes to uniqueness and overall fun on that list, oh boy! Yeah, this game, incredibly unique, okay? Name one other game where you can just shoot the chairs around like this. I'm being serious about this point, by the way. I genuinely think being able to flip the tables and kick the chairs elevates the experience of Garten of Banban 1 so much. Not because it does anything for the game, but simply because it's so fun to do. Unlike in games like Poppy Playtime or FNAF or Bendy, where almost everything's just like glued to the ground, you can't do anything, with the exception of Security Breach, but that's a whole different can of worms in itself. But being able to do that and it not be like super broken, I think makes the experience so fun. And believe it or not, that's where we're wrapping up Garten of Ban Ban 1. I know this has been a really short part, but Garten of Ban Ban 1 is not a long game. Now, Garten of Ban Ban 2 is when I think the Euphoric Brothers started taking the game just a tad bit more seriously. Having actual voice acting for Ban Ban, adding new characters, adding better gameplay than the first one, way longer. And while the story is still kind of a little iffy, I think it starts setting up for something really good. Specifically for Ban Ban 3, which is, you know, my personal favorite, but we're not there yet. Me personally, I think that this kept the overall fun and uniqueness that the first game had. Feel free to disagree with me. That's one thing I want to say, actually, right now, before we get too far into the video, that if you don't agree with what I'm saying, that's okay. But hating on people, or hating on me, hating on the Euphoric Brothers, hating on anyone who likes the game or doesn't like the game, or anything, it's not good. It doesn't help anybody do anything, and it's all useless at the end of the day. That being said, now I want to show you some specific moments of the game, specifically the moment that Ban Ban knocks you out, because I could not get over the voice for this.
3 birds with 1 stone.
I love this game!
Key cards. I get the perfect specimen.
3 birds with 1 stone. I love this game. I keep having to adjust my headphones because they keep falling on my ears because I'm smiling so hard.
I know quite a bit of people when this game first came out were complaining about how they don't sound passionate about voicing Ban Ban whatsoever, but oddly enough, I can't imagine any other voice going with Ban Ban now, and maybe it just grew on me, or maybe I just found it funny, so I thought it was awesome, and it is awesome, make no mistake. But I personally think it fits. The other moment in this game I wanted to bring up was Zolphius's appearance. And you know, at first I didn't know his name was Zolphius, and I thought he was just a giant spoon, and I still think he's a giant spoon.
Well, hello there. Are you like a spoon? Like what? What even are you? You just... Wow, what a long neck you have!
Yeah, Zolphius is now one of my favorite characters, just because he's Zolphius, along with Apila Bird, but we're getting there, we are getting there. Now, I could mention the Bambolina section or the ending, but I'm gonna try to keep this brief so that I have time to talk about all the stuff that I'm gonna talk about with the other games. So that being said, I think that fully wraps up the Garten of Ban Ban 2 section.
The baddest feeling in my bones.
Garten of Ban Ban 3. My personal favorite out of all the Ban Ban games released thus far. Oh my gosh, I love this game. This game by far, at least in my opinion, has the best gameplay, the best story, so unique, so fun. Again, my personal favorite Ban Ban game, but let's get into it, shall we? First things first, this is where we get introduced to Stinger Flynn, which becomes a reoccurring character in every single chapter after this.
I love the voice acting in this game. I love the voice acting in this game. It's so amazing.
Oh yeah, fun fact, this is also the first Ban Ban game to actually scare me.
Beach. What the... Dude! Oh my god, that actually got me, and I hate it. I hate how that actually got me.
Here's a neat detail that I don't think people mention a lot. The cool kids and all the other objects that are in the Bambolina classroom from Ban Ban 2 are actually in Stinger Flynn's dream sunbathing, which I think is a nice detail. And then we wake up and we get to play as Stinger Flynn, which, unlike in Dark Revival, actually does it in a way that's actually kind of fun, and isn't just a completely useless sequence and has nothing to do with the actual plot, because this actually tells you the story of how Stinger Flynn got gigantic in the first place. Dark Revival needs to take notes, I swear. A little while later, we perform literal surgery to get Nab Nab to not be lonely. Tell me this game isn't peak. You're lying. Then Stinger Flynn ruins Nab Nab's entire love life plans, and we go on a trip in our favorite rocket ship zooming through the sky. But we're in the desert, we're not in a rocket ship, but, you know. I think this is a perfect time to mention the music of this game, because it's on point. From the very start, back in Ban Ban 1, I didn't mention this when I first talked about it because I was waiting for this specific game to talk about how good the music was, but the menu theme for Ban Ban 1 was good, the music box sounds for Ban Ban 2 was good, this one, it's so good all around, and especially the boss fight theme we're going to get to here in a minute, but also specifically the car song that Stinger Flynn plays is actually a real song that they collabed with Rocket Music. Yes, the same music artist who made the Joy of Creation song Memory made a song for this game, and not only did it get added, it's actually fire. I'm being serious, Rivals is in my Spotify playlist, but this dream sequence is also hilarious because you end up crashing into a cactus at the end, and it's so funny. I am skipping over the Jumbo Josh section simply to aid with time because I don't want to spend the entire video gushing about how much I love Garten of Ban Ban 3. But we also get introduced to the best character, obviously being Tardigrade. We'll get to why here in a minute. Anyways, now it's time for the boss that has the absolute awesome theme that I'm just gonna have to show you the entrance to and my reaction to.
What? What is this music? What is he doing?
Now this boss theme to me is really good, maybe because I just like calm boss themes. That being said, it's not like I don't like intense boss themes like completely or I hate them with all my life. I just think that calm boss themes like this one like are really, really good. I mean, take Dr. Neocortex's boss theme from Crash Bandicoot, for example, from the very first game. That was a calm boss theme, and yet that was so good that they reused bits and pieces of it for each of his boss themes in every other game afterward. Now, the boss in itself isn't too hard, which is good because nobody likes an overly difficult boss. The only bad thing about this boss being semi-easy is the fact that you don't get to listen to the theme for longer, but I'm okay with that. The next best part about this game, apart from the entire game, is the fact you get to tame the birds! That's right! You are now friends with the birds of Garten of Ban Ban, and this is amazing. This is why the game is peak. This is literally the best part of the game. Sorry for my earlier outburst, but genuinely this is my favorite part of the game. Especially since, one, it gave way to the biggest inside joke of my channel that will never die, and also because it's genuinely just such a memorable section. Like, this is like top 3 best parts of any game I've ever played of all time. Now, this would be the part where I skip to the end and whatever, but I want to actually show you not only the inside joke, but the fact of how big it's grown, and it actually means a lot to me.
Together we are bird! Together we are bird!
Together, we are in fact a bird. Together, we are bird!
We are bird! Yes! GLaDOS said it!
Together we are bird! Together! We are bird! Yeah! Oh my god!
We are bird. That makes more sense why you guys are saying that.
Together we are bird.
Together we are bird.
That's why, together, we are bird.
Now, I know most people probably don't care about that, and you know what, that's okay. I personally do, even if it is just my friends and other commenters saying it, because it does mean a lot to me, okay? It feels good to see all the support, even if it is just from my friends or commenters. Last thing I want to say about this section, the tiny bird was cute. Now, I'm going to keep this one short in particular because most of the stuff I said about Ban Ban 3 applies for this one as well. As in, good gameplay, good story, unique, overall fun. I am gonna mention a few bits here and there though. Namely, Choo Choo Charles. That's definitely something noteworthy. The last thing I want to mention is that Jared, the little bird, if you don't know, we named him Jared at the beginning of the Garten of Ban Ban 4 video, falls into the vat of Jivane and becomes the giant bird.
Jared, no!
Now, I am skipping a lot, like, the entire game worthy of content that's really, really good. I'm only skipping it for time's sake because I don't want to keep boring you by going over something over and over and over again, and you guys didn't click on this video to hear me describe each game and how it goes. That being said, now it's time for Ban Ban 6. Much like Garten of Ban Ban 4, I don't have much to say about this one, as I've already said everything. The music's good, gameplay was good, the story was insane with this one, by the way. Specifically this one is where it got sad because the bird died. Euphoric Brothers, what were we doing?
Here you go. Hey, I'm friends with the birds now. Together we are bird. By the way, this is Jared. The name was left in the comments on my Ban Ban 3 video, so we're doing it. Come on, Jared! We can do it! Alright, Jared, let's go ride on the train together. Our first train ride! Are you okay, buddy? You just ran into the family photo! Hey! Family photo, take your screenshot, Jared. I missed you so much. No, Jared, come here. I need you close to me after that. Jared, no!
I remember it clearly.
Jared!
Let's go on to Ban Ban 7 and Ban Ban 0, but I think I said everything I've needed to at this point, and I think you fully get what I'm trying to say. So guys, with that being said, that's gonna be it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in in the next one. Bye-bye!
Some of them seem nice, and some have tried to bury me alive. And something tells me they want to sell me merchandise. Amnesia.